Hello, if you're watching this, just to let you know, it might not make sense to you if you're watching, and if you do, well, you can stay along. But if not, if you want to watch it, then you can watch it. If you don't want to watch it, you don't want to watch it. Whatever your case, I'm going to be talking about the subject of today's video, Lego Ninjago. And for those of you who don't know in the future, Lego Ninjago is a TV series. There's the original show, there is the rebooted sequel show, and then there's the current one at the time of this recording. And at the time of this recording, I've seen all the seasons. I've pretty much been an original fan. I've been there since like the first season, like when it was new. So yeah, I know quite a bit about it. The lore is crazy, the lore is deep. It's kind of like One Piece, but it doesn't make all in one show. It separates them so that way it's not super long. So if you just want like a specific part of the lore, maybe, there you go. But anyway, on to the subject matter. Master Wu is not exactly dead, but he's not exactly alive. I don't know what happened to him. It's probably gonna take like 3 seasons of lore just to figure out what happened to Wu, and the merge, as they call it, happened there. So a lot of weird stuff started happening. Jay, he's like an electric. They have all these powers, and they call them like elemental powers. In other words, they have like water, fire, lightning, all sorts of stuff. Well, this guy, he had lightning. And he basically, he got almost all his memories lost and was brainwashed into working some TCA company or something like that. And then, what was it? Kai, he got blasted somewhere else, but the lore made him come back, and he went to some kingdom or something, and he was working with, I don't know, ghouls. I don't remember. And then there was that one lady, the water lady. I forgot her name. She was working with what, the rock people or something. I don't remember what it was exactly. I remember watching it though on my TV. The latest show. And let's see, Zane, he's frosty kind of guy. You know, he's one of the good guys, obviously, but he's just been kind of soloing in the regular team belt. And then Lloyd, he's kind of all over the place. You know, he sort of became the main character a little bit, but I mean, he is a main character, but he's not the main character. Whoever that is, I don't know. But one thing's for sure, it's not Master Wu right now. So, well, it probably is kind of the idea of the show is probably revolves around that character, and the character's revolving around him or something like that. I don't know. Maybe he is the main character. I don't know. I don't know which one it could be. It could probably be the Green Ninja, but he didn't really come in until like season 2 or 3 as like the Green Ninja. I mean, he probably was. I don't 100% remember it all, but that's how I view it. Anyway, and then apparently, Cole is gay now, apparently. And I say apparently, not to say that, because most people use that word apparently as like, oh, I heard this topic, we're gonna just change the topic. Or like, oh, I just don't care about this thing. How I use it is like, even if I know if it's true or false, I don't 100% believe it, you know? So, that's just what it means. Anyway, back onto subject. He discovered what is called a gecko. Basically, it's one of two species that has to do with a season. I don't remember which season it was of the series. I believe it was like episode 13 of this, like, of the entire series, and it was like kind of there. So about season 3 on the second show, maybe. I don't remember specifically. But they had a guy who had he was all masked up and he had like a green floating skull. Well, anyway, there were these two species, and they were given two different swords across some like legendary fighter. I don't remember exactly what it was. And because of this, they hated each other or whatever. The rivalry is insane for them, you know. Well, anyway, he met a Gecko, which is one out of the two, and just one. And this one is a male, and Cole is a male. So people assumed, because they wanted LGBTQ representation, like they didn't already have those characters kind of already in, like, they're not openly admitting it because, you know, it openly emitting it because of, you know, other countries that could potentially have it, or, I mean, they kind of are, or like, you know, like saying in the middle of the show, oh, did you know this character was gay? Like, that just wouldn't work. Especially if it's a main character. If it was a side character, maybe sure, if it could go along in certain regions that it's aired in. But, man, if it's one of the main characters, you know that character's gonna be crucified. You know my boy homie, Cole is just going to be crucified on that one. He's going to be roasted to death. Like, jeez. Like, he's just gonna explode into, like, love and hate kind of thing, you know? So, yeah. And, it's probably just gonna be, like, one of those, it goes for a while, but he just becomes, like, another main character of the cast kind of thing, which is most likely going to be the case. But so far that I've known about, part 2, season 2 has sorta came out. And then, or has yet to come out. And then, yeah, it's just been a bit different with the episode lengths, and a lot of lore's got to it. And then some of the new ninja. And, one of the characters on there learned Spinjitzu, which is like the default special power attack move pretty much anybody can do as long as they have the mental and physical ability to do it. But yeah, he like, it's not normal in that universe to be trained by themselves, which technically makes sense, which to most of the lore doesn't make sense to them. But then there was a first Spinjitzu master. So think about it. He did it by himself. This first Spinjitzu master probably learned it by himself, not by somebody else, and he just found his own cool way, and then it turned into Spinjitzu. No. He could have literally learned it by himself. Just discovering it, and boom, he got this powers when the two, you know, Unin and Dragon, you know, the good and evil, because he's like the original neutral power, which is, you know, a form of good and evil, but in a good and evil way, or an evil and good way, that kind of thing. And yeah, I have no idea. They never shown his face, but I think that's just part of the lore. I think he's like so powerful that he didn't really have a face. Like, his face was probably just like a line and 2 dots. Like, he was the default Lego character, basically, by my standards. And yeah, that was probably how he looked, or he didn't have a face, maybe. That's probably why. Or he does, but they don't want to show it because it would probably be like lore breaking or something. I don't know. It's just its own universe entirely, and it's got all these people from all these different realms, you know? But it's not like a Star Trek kind of thing or a Star Wars kind of thing. It's more of like mostly staying in one, but could go in others. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the future they decide to make other shows that are going at the same time. So it would be interesting if those shows ever have a crossover episode occasionally, like every couple of seasons, just a 3-episode trilogy episode thing, 3 different episodes where first one is like 2 episodes that lead to crossover event, and then like it's just 2 episodes of pure lore of them trying to figure out what this happened, why this happened. But the thing about this lore and stuff is every time new lore gets discovered or new things get discovered, just a little bit, all of a sudden, it makes me have a bajillion questions. Like what are those little things in the library over in the Cloud Kingdom or whatever they call it? And how do they exist? Why did they have that alarm sound? Well, like, I did discover that from the villain, but why did he set that up for that reason? Like, I understand that he was waiting for the perfect moment, but why though? If you wanted to just get rid of him, why couldn't you just do it? Unless you knew you were outnumbered or something. I don't know if it was like for a specific calling. I don't know. But he did unleash these Furious Five or whatever they call them, and basically they were the original pure evil beings, of the father of pure evil, which is evil itself, literally evil. I'm not even saying that as in like they're literally evil. I'm saying that this was literally evil as in the name evil. Like this was the original guy. Like he invented evil. Like that's his whole thing. And then there was the literally invented good whole side, which is its own extreme of not good. Like it's good, but it's like so extreme that it like destroys stuff, that it creates stuff. It does too much creation. Whereas this one does too much destruction. And so a lot of this is just looking a lot like that show Naruto Shippuden, where they had the blood moon and stuff. It looks oddly similar. But yeah, and because of their sacred ritual, their language was banned, their art style was banned, everything was completely banned and was forgotten about, even by those time geeks or whatever, even by the time travelers or something. But yeah, it was a weird one. And so because of it, it made the lore like 1,000,000,000,000 times deeper. But yeah, it made me ask so many questions to the point where I just want to know what happens next. And I'm not even like what's stereotypically thought of as the age range of the show. And I say stereotypically because it's meant for all ages. And people, when they hear all ages, they just immediately assume like 7 to like 12. That doesn't necessarily mean that. It means like just anybody, regardless young or old, is interested. They can watch it because it's not set for a specific age audience. It's set for a specific entertainment audience, which basically just means like if you're into that kind of stuff, regardless of age, you can watch it. Like that's the ideal. Like you could be a newborn or you could be the oldest person to ever live, ever. And you could still enjoy it. Like, that's the thing. That's the joy of it. And so because of it, it has a huge fan base, especially over the past 10 years. Like, it was already super big. But then when the movie released Onward, it was just in like a couple of billion at this point. And yeah, it's just super big. But the thing about the movie though is it wasn't lore shattering or anything. It just wasn't in universe from the Lego Ninjago series. You would expect if they're gonna make a movie about it, you would think it'd at least be like, you know, in lore stuff. But no, it's like its own separate universe. It's like the whole multiverse kind of thing. You know? The kind of concept. And so because of this, it didn't hit right. And don't get me wrong, it's a good movie, but it's not the same characters from the show. It's its own thing, you know? But hey, at least we still got a good movie out of it. And that's what introduced me to the show, but it's not the same thing. You know? But hey, if you have the time or if you want to get into it, you can. But I'm not a sponsored or anything. I'm just saying. But, you know, or people who want to talk about this topic. But yeah, it's hard to explain to people who've like never seen it. But, you know, it is YouTube after all. So yeah, sorry if this was too long for you. Or if it was in your recommendation, maybe? I don't know. But, whatever way you found this, congratulations, I guess. Anyway, I don't have much to say other than, yeah, I just really like to talk about this topic, but if there's any other topic that isn't, that is not, like, super controversial or anything, you can go for any topic, pretty much, as long as it's not religious or political. You're good as golden. I mean, anything can be viewed as like religious or politics nowadays, but I just mean like anything that doesn't seem like super duper controversial, you know? Like it's not a super divisive topic. Like it's something you could bring up, but you don't have to. I'm just saying if you want to, okay? But yeah, just any topics maybe relating to this video, what I said throughout this video maybe, or just like, hey, have you seen this show or movie or something like that, or hey, do you know this cool subject? I just want to know, like, what's your opinion on aliens or something, you know? Like those kind of things, or time travel maybe, or just whatever's like you would talk with your friends with as like a what if or whatnot. Just if you want to, okay? But anyway, I'm just rambling on too much. I gotta end this video at some point. Anyway, that's about it. See ya. Bye.